Alright, we've filed quite a bit more, and it's starting to look pretty nice now. You can see that the most of the pitting is gone back here. The only thing we got to be careful of, obviously, is the lettering. And you can see here, for all you purists out here that think you know everything, look at how much deeper the 1 is. You can plainly see how much deeper that 1 is from these. And then even the 2 and the 0 and the 4, you can see where the file hasn't touched them yet. Hasn't touched it in the center. So you can plainly see that stuff is stamped a little bit deeper than the rest. Not everything is exact and perfect in the world of militaria and gun refinishing. And I wanted to show you on here, I'm starting to get that side. If you remember, that's where that spot, that drop of TIG weld was put right there. So you see it's just about gone. A couple more passes with the stroke and it'll be all even. Once again, staying away from all the lines, being careful. Can't screw up any lines, got to keep all the lines nice and sharp. So you just got to go nice and slow and easy with the file. Got to be very careful. I got a little pit right back there that I still need to work on, get that out a little bit. But overall, it's coming really, really good. You can see where the file is just about got it all. A few little minor marks and pits along in here, a couple in here, one right there. So making great progress, just slow and steady. Once again, I'm just doing one section at a time. You know what I mean? Not getting in any big panic, not big rush. You want to screw anything up. Like I say, back here we got to be careful that we don't screw up the, you can see I've stayed away from that little radius. The file hasn't touched it because I've done the back and I've done the top. But I have not done that yet. Just to give you a better shot of that back too, the back is pretty much, the pitting's pretty much all gone. The machining marks unfortunately are gone, but that's okay. We'll live. Once I hit it with emery cloth, I'm going to get rid of all those file marks and it'll look a whole lot better. So I'm happy. It's coming along really good. You can see now that that dot of TIG weld back here is just gone. I mean, we can't even tell it was done now because there was a little bit of a slice in the receiver. So anyway, that's looking good. So I'll file a little bit more and get back to you. Alright, got this section, just this section done. Just want to show you what can be done with just a little bit of time and a file. You can see all the pitting is gone, that drop of TIG weld. What drop of TIG weld? There's no drop of TIG weld there. So that's all gone. Everything looks good, which is nice. You can see how smooth that little ding back there is gone. There's no more little ding there. That's gone. All the little marks and dings and rust pits, whatever that were along this face here, they're all gone. And once again, of course, that bad, there's a bad ding right here they put the TIG weld into. That's gone. So that section is ready to be polished with emery cloth, and then it'll be sandblasted and parkerized. So that's just one little spot, but just showing you what, you know, from before and after. So, you know, we took a thou off. She's a little smaller than she used to be, but as long as we don't turn into an M1 carbine, we'll be okay. Alright, I'll get back to you. Alright, I figured because we were on that side anyway, I wouldn't move it, wouldn't take it out of the vise. As I said, I got this area done here, so I thought I may as well start working on this nice flat in here. Now this is tricky. You got to be very careful because even though this is below the surface a little bit, it's quite easy to hit those cuts there and screw those up. So you got to be really careful and stay away from them. But what I wanted to show you was there was some light pitting back here that's now gone. But what I really wanted to show you, there we go, get that baby to focus. There, you can see now where the file has touched it and where it hasn't touched it. So a little more time, like we're good back here, all in the very back. That's all been taken care of. That's good. The file's hit all that. So we just need to work on the other section there. You can see by the light, you can see where the file has hit it and where it hasn't hit it. So back there is good. So we'll get this side done and then we'll work on that heel a little more. Try and get that heel finished, and we'll switch it around and do the other side. Alright. Alright, we got this section done. Got all the pits out. A couple little stray little minor file marks. We get those out with emery cloth. All the pitting is gone. A little tough to get up in that section right there. Just got to be really careful. Don't knock this. I don't want to dull this corner. So it was a very small file. I'll have to work on this little piece, but that's no big deal. But once again, important thing is to not screw all this up. So I was very careful. I just touched the edge of it right here. That'll be covered by the sight, but everything else is beautiful. So all the pitting is gone. It's nice and straight. All the lines are good. So basically this side now, all the way along there is really good, and all the way along there is really good. So basically we almost got one side done now. I mean, of course we got to still deal with these problems in here. That's not nearly as bad, but there's where we're going to have our. That's one of the toughest parts to fix on these guns is right here. That's a tough area to duplicate and make it look right. I think you can see just. Get this to focus properly. You can see just how pitted that area is. Now, we've talked about it before, but anyway, I'll get back. I'll start working on the back end, around the heel, and I'll work my way up the other side. So I'll be back. Alright, before I get too far going on this side, I just wanted to show you that big gouge, that big scratch that's in the side of the receiver right there. That's going to be our big challenge on this side. There's not too much rust pitting, a little bit there right at the very back, but that's not as bad as the stuff we've had to tackle. So I just wanted to show you that before I started, so you see it before and after. Alright, here's a few minutes of filing. We pretty much, everything's showing up now as to what we're trying to deal with. You can see those few little pits right there, and then there's that big gouge, but we're just starting to touch it. So a few more passes with a file, take another thou or two off, and we should have that looking good. Alright, I just wanted to show you it's just about gone. All the pitting is gone. That's all done. Just got the slightest evidence. You can see it right there. See that line right there? That's that big scrape. So it's just about gone. Another half a thou and should be out of there. So everything else is looking good. We've got all the pits and everything out. So the heel is just about done. I just got to work on the on all these radiuses along the top, along the edge here, around the top and back. And then that'll be all done. Then all I have left is a few isolated spots along here, which are not bad, but I see a few little, you can see a few little tiny issues, little marks and spots. So, but nothing too severe. We got all the bad stuff out. So this side is not too far away from being done. So I'll let you know. Alright, we're back. That spot is gone. Everything is gone. No more gouge, no more pitting, nothing. That area is finished, ready for emery cloth. So now I just want to go in and show you a little bit. You know, we got some really fine pitting. You can see it up in here. Really, really fine. Nothing too severe. It's all good. I started to pass a file over this just so it would highlight a few of the spots. You can see that once again there's some machining marks in there that we're going to lose because we've got to get in here and file, you know, these few other spots of damage. So, but that's the price we got to pay. It'll just look like a mint receiver when we're done. It won't have any machining marks, but we'll live with it. Alright. Alright, we're back. I worked on that little rail there. So, got all those issues out of that rail. That's all taken care of. The two little dots are so tiny that you'll never ever see them. I still got to go over it with emery cloth anyway, so they're just tiny, tiny. The rest of it is all looking good. I worked up in here. There was some pitting. A little bit. Not bad, but it's coming out. It's just about gone. Just about got this area here done. Just a little bit of activity right here and right there. I went and did that whole piece along there. It's got a slight curve to it. It's not quite flat. It's got a slight curve to it. So That's all looking good. I'm just gonna continue this a little bit right here, get those couple spots out of there, and this side is basically done. Looking good. There's no issues up here. That's all good. There's no issues up here. That's all good. So basically we're done on this side, just a little bit right up in here. So I'll wrap that up. And there she is. Basically finished product as far as filing is done. You see everything looks really good now. There's no more pitting, nothing. Looks really, really good. I'm happy. So that side's done, and we'll flip her over, get the other side finished, work on that heel. So we're not too far away. Another couple hours we should have this all wrapped up. Alright, we're back. I just wanted to show you this area on the barrel ring there, where once again we got some pitting going on, and I've been working on it with a file. So I just got to be a little bit careful. You can see there's a few pits still right in here. Unfortunately, once again, we're losing all our machining marks, but there's not much we can do about that. You got to be careful when you're doing this, because see that line right there? If you can see that line is a reasonably sharp line right there. So you got to maintain that line. You can't knock that line out. So if you take a little material off of this face, it moves that line over. So you got to take a little bit of material off this face to move the line back where it should be. But we're only talking a thou here and there, but just you want to maintain the original look of the receiver. I also noticed we got a little bit of pitting. I don't know if you can see it, if I can focus in on it, but there's a little bit of pitting going on this edge of this ring right here. So I have to get in here and work on that as well. Plus I also noticed a little tiny bit of pitting right, if I can get it to focus, right in here, right along that edge there, right there. So I got to work on that a little bit. So once we get that all done, then we're going to tackle this other spot, which is in that hollow there. That's going to be one of the trickiest spots. Let me just turn this and kind of see a little bit better. There. Yeah, so that spot, that's going to be the last spot we're going to tackle. I'm saving the best for last, so it's a bitch of a spot to get into. But anyway, we'll get her done and I'll keep you posted.